Hello guys, and welcome to a glorious view behind me, and I'm here today to tell you one massive thing, and that is that the YouTube is having a fixed set route of progression, and that's starting with overlanding. Now overlanding, if you didn't know, is where you buy something that's fairly okay-ish off-road or isn't really designed to be used off-road, and you sort of make it into an off-roader and actually take it off-road and see how it performs off-road compared to more suited vehicles. Obviously also the other part of overlanding as well is that you would put a tent on it, all that sort of thing, and go and do travelling, exploring and all that sort of thing. So that is coming to the channel, and how that is exactly coming is literally in just a moment. So what this means for my viewers is you're going to see loads of off-road expedition work, and it's all going to be in a very unusual vehicle. So I'm not going to hold you any longer, but let's see what I'm going to turn from being a tarmac princess into a little off-road gem. So guys, you won't be disappointed. Not only is this car a very unusual off-roader, but it is also a very rare variant of said car. So you're now going to see what I've bought. So let's just have a little walk around. Let me show you what is the method to my madness. Now, obviously, this is a Volvo XC90. For anyone that doesn't know what this is, it's basically a V70, but on steroids. Now, you're probably looking at it thinking, well, this looks rather peculiar. And it does. Now, this is modified, but this is how it came from factory. Now, I'm going to walk you through it because it's actually pretty bonkers. So these are conventionally a 7-seater Volvo, and this was converted by Mercer, the tuning company, to a 5-seater with a variety of custom body kits and accessories. So this is, as far as I'm aware, only one of 2 or 3 that ever came to the UK with the Mercer kit. So that features the front bumper, the eyelids for the lights, these massive 20-inch Mercer 5-spoke rims, the side steps, and the rear bumper with the custom exhaust setup. So not only to mention that, the exhaust is also custom on the car. It came from a Mercer. It's actually quite noisy. It has a bit of noise to it, to be fair. And you'll also see dotted about these BSR badges, which is a tuning company which made a BSR tuning box for this, so you could flick the mapping between standard power and an uprated power. So this is a combination of those 2 companies in one. And this is a pre-facelift XC90. Now you're thinking, Lewis, why are you going to take this off-road? And I'm telling you, because the off-road system is impeccable. And these are, with a little bit of slight modification, pretty capable off-road. I'm going to insert a clip here now showing you what an XC90 can do with standard tyres on. Yeah, I must admit, it's a little bit rough, a little bit ready, probably slightly damaging for the underside, but when they push to the limit, they can do it. So unfortunately, you're going to have to wave goodbye to these 20-inch rims, as I will be looking over the next few weeks to drop down to probably 17 inches and a bigger sidewall. And on top of that, we're also going to be looking at refreshing the suspension and also doing a suspension lift at the same time as well to give us a bit more clearance. These rails are also umming and ahhing. I think we could just use them as budget rock sliders, but I feel like, yeah, they might need to go. They're really not helping ground clearance, but it is pretty well tucked up underneath, as it should be. So yeah, I bought this, well, this example of one. I think there's only maybe 2 or 3 of them in the UK, so it's quite a rare thing. And it just looks funky. It's sort of a quite sort of curved car, but they've added quite a boxy sort of kit to it. So whether you like it or you don't, it's rather interesting. So what you guys are going to see over the next few months is this Volvo transformed into a more off-road orientated Volvo that I will be taking across all of the big trails where I am currently in Wales. So you're going to see some amazing videos and some really great off-road content along with that. We're also obviously going to have other off-roaders coming with us as well, and you can follow the progression of this Volvo as I begin to lift it, add tyres and all the things necessary to make it ready for off-road use. So I'm going to do you a great tour around the car as we now speak. The interior we'll come to last. This is an 140,000 mile car, so the paint is a bit patchy in places, and I must admit also the interior is fairly worn. But let's get open this bonnet, see what engine's under the bonnet, and also listen to how the not so standard exhaust, but standard exhaust sounds. We're at it. When we get onto the interior, you'll see that there's lots of individual spec parts, which is what came with the kit as well. So these pedals are non-standard. Also, this grille has a gunmetal grey sort of interior to it, a chrome outer, which is also part of the pack. Just going to grab the release. And underneath here, as you probably guessed, is a D5, 5-cylinder 2.4 diesel. And as I've said, this car has done almost 150,000 miles, and I would say it looks about it for the age, but I'd say the engine is pretty decent, to be fair. And I'm actually averaging about 44 mpg on a run, which is pretty decent for a very old 5-speed auto, which is in this. So let's hear the exhaust. So if you didn't know, the XC90 features a split tailgate with the top part coming up like this and the rear coming down on the hatch. So as you can see here, my boot is very messy, but this is a very unusual configuration. This configuration is only on this model, and it comes strictly as a 5-seater. Now what you'd normally see here is a flat level opening here where you can pull back up the 7 seats in here, but in this version they're not there, although you still have the rear seat latches for the rear seats, so you can still move these forwards to get to the boot from here, and obviously from here. But it's a cavernous boot, and let's go and see the interior. So this one came with tints, which is quite nice. These are factory tints. It's also got a tinted windscreen, which came as part of the immersion kit. It's like a bluey, sort of sun-resistant wrap. So in the back here, I mean, you probably wouldn't tell that it's done almost 150,000 miles. Lovely plush leather. I love it's got sort of like a light white strip around the seats. But the rear is nice, and this car features the chrome handles, chrome door handles, and this sort of, I don't know what you call this, walnut, featuring a broken switch, which does show its age. Walnut surround. We've also got the stitched leather on here as well. So as we come on through, as you can see, walnut in there as well. But the interior itself isn't really showing its age too badly, in all fairness. And we've got loads of hooking points up on the ceiling. We've got a little bit of sag up there on the front, actually on driver's bit as well. But, you know, it was a cheap car. It's done a lot of miles, so I don't think it's that bad. Going through the passenger side, these, by the way, are also non-standard, and they look great. And then, as you can see, we've got the individual mats, and in the front, we're pretty well spec'd up on this model. So, considering this is an early 2000s model, we have got electric heated seats. We have got the memory configuration for the front. This has the older 5-speed automatic box in it. We still have a decent sound system, a sat nav that comes out of the back, parking sensors, and a few other little electric goodies as well with it. So it's not too bad for its age, I must admit. Auto dimming mirror as well, hiding up the top. And this is probably the only thing that's showing the most wear in the car. This is absolutely ravaged. So I will be installing a new gear gaiter because that looks dreadful. But everything in here is as it should be, which is great. Now, the tuning box that came with the system, I've got in a box that came with the car, and that you plug into the ECU and you can configure it from whatever remap variant you want. And we're going to go around the front and have a little look at the driver's side. And it's pretty solid here. I have got this, which is a sort of I don't know what you call this, adjustable seat buttons. So this needs to be sorted. I don't think that's an airbag in there, I don't think, but yeah, that needs to be resolved. But yeah, apart from that, driver's seat, not too bad. I've just touched about 100 people's asses, but it's not too worn. Again, if I wanted to, I could look at some replacement seats down the line. This steering wheel was gorgeous. It is a walnut wood finish. It doesn't feel like wood. I must be, well, I'm assuming it's plastic, but it's just a really nice feel with the old style steering wheel. Cruise control, I've got the volume controls on here. I'm yet to retrofit a way of having audio in the car, as it is obviously quite old, but we do have a CD changer, believe it or not a tape, which is pretty good. And yeah, inside, it ain't too bad, I must say. Lovely plush leather again. All the buttons work, electric mirrors, fold, excellent. Everything sort of works. So, yeah. What do you guys think? It's quite a rare, unusual car. Oh. Better make myself comfy. So yeah, what can I say? This is the beginning of off-roading on the channel, not just from me, but also everyone else that joins with us. Now, if you do want to join our off-roading activities, you're an off-roader or you want to come along, in the description below you will find the video for our little group chat. I've just started it. There's only a few people in there. No conversation really being had at the moment because we literally just got the car. Got to get it ready to go off-road and then start organising some stuff. So we will be doing a lot of the stuff in Wales. I think there's over about 100 miles of green lanes throughout sort of Wales over into Gloucester sort of area. So there's plenty to do, and you're going to see this car in a lot of action. So it's bye for now, but I'll see you in the next video.